So I wanted to ask you about, you know, you have this background of publishing and on great, great pages, Time
Yep.
Inc., etc.
Yep.
Give us your view on the opportunities off the homepage, publishing outside of your own domain, and where that's going, and where it's going for Ziff Davis in particular.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people call it platform publishing. I think it's super interesting because where it's going, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, it's all video centric. And so not really, with the exception of YouTube, there haven't been many at-scale platforms for publishers of video content to get real distribution. So what I find interesting about all of these new social platforms is they're video driven. Your Facebook experience today, not unlike mine, is a very video centric experience. And so they need content publishers, they need premium content creators like ourselves to be on those platforms. So from my point of view, more video distribution beyond YouTube, which has been a great platform for us, I think is good for publishers. And then from a revenue point of view and from a marketing point of view, there's $70 billion a year spent on US television advertising. The reason it hasn't moved in earnest, in my opinion, to digital platforms, it's been an inventory issue. It's been a supply issue, right? Beyond YouTube, for the longest time, there just weren't a lot of places for television, for video ad creative to run. Now with Facebook, with Snapchat, with Twitter, and probably platforms that are going to get developed in the coming years, there's going to be real opportunity for money to move in a significant way. That's why I'm excited about platforms.
But as a publisher, what are your thoughts about Facebook in particular, where the revenue opportunities are kind of limited right now?
No, I think the revenue opportunities on Facebook are interesting. So I think a lot of people, when they say what you just said, are thinking about instant articles. And so that's one aspect of how you can work with Facebook. The way we predominantly work with Facebook is we produce video content that's embedded within the experience and often monetized through sponsorship with a client. And Facebook, earlier last year, created a rule set and a toolkit that allows content creators like ourselves to integrate marketers into video that we produce that we can post on Facebook and amplify through Facebook's amplification. That's a really nice revenue opportunity, and up until really, and the way Facebook makes money is the degree to which we buy amplification. So to me, that's a really good business model, and I think they created a good rule set for publishers around video. So not everyone is doing this, not everyone has the video production capabilities, not everyone has the kind of relationship with marketers in which they can create this kind of programming, but we do. So from our point of view, that's really interesting. Instant articles I think is new. What's interesting about instant articles, put the monetization aside, it is an exponential increase in viewership. So if you take an article that you click on from Facebook and go to your mobile website, that's one number. When you put that little lightning bolt and it's instant article, it is multiple times more engaging. I think the audience now sees that little symbol and decides they're going to click on that more than when they don't see that symbol. I know personally I do that because I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a quick load. It's going to be a clean experience.
Vivek, tell us about the growth from the content and business side of this iconic Ziff Davis brand and the expansion that you've been undertaking recently.
Yeah, so historically we've been in the technology vertical, we've been in the gaming vertical and entertainment and lifestyle categories. About 7 weeks ago, we acquired Everyday Health, which now brings us into the health vertical, which is a vertical we love. When you think about verticals that rely on the internet, when you think about how patients and consumers use the internet to become informed about health and to make health decisions, it's such a valuable place for us to be. So it's a great collection of assets. On the consumer side, you have everydayhealth.com, whattoexpect.com, and its associated properties. We have a very strategic relationship with the Mayo Clinic. We operate the leading medical news site called MedPage Today. So we're super excited, and it about doubles the size of our company. So this is a big transaction for us.
Great, and finally, you were the chairman of the IAB
a few years ago.
Not too long ago, and kind of threw down the gauntlet about fraud, kind of freaked out people who weren't aware of it. How do you see the problem today? Better, worse? What are your thoughts?
I think we're far better. I think at the time that I gave the speech about fraud, I think there were many members of the industry who either didn't understand that it existed or understood that it existed and didn't want to talk about it. So bringing it out into the open was necessary so that we could start to solve the problem. I think the Trustworthy Accountability Group tag, where I sit on the board today, has done some very important things within the industry to bring down fraud levels. So I think we've made a lot of progress. We're certainly not done, and certainly you still have issues within the supply chain, but I think if you take fraud and the progress we've made there, and viewability and the progress that we've made there, and even ad blocking and some of the progress we've made there, I think we're far better off today than we were a few years ago when I gave that speech.